This is Dr. Hall with Upper Cervical Healthcare of Los Angeles and Carson. Today we're going to hear a story of a patient who's actually been under care for 10 years. So hopefully her memory is good and she's going to be able to tell you what she dealt with prior to getting under care and the things that she tried to fix it, and then what transpired after she had her upper neck fixed. Okay, Maryanne.
So I started having a lot of body pain about 15 years ago, and it took me 2.5 years of going through the Western medicine system for them to finally tell me I had fibromyalgia, and they gave me a bunch of off-label prescriptions and said, we're really sorry this is happening to you. These will work till they don't work. And oh, by the way, when you're ready, come back and I'll sign your disability papers.
So, whoops.
So I went home and had a huge pity party for about 3 or 4 days, and then I woke up one day and went, wait a minute, if Western medicine's done with me, that means I'm free to try and do for myself. So I did find a naturopathic doctor who corrected a lot of things. I had really poor nutrition, I had really, Western kind of health habits that I had to break. And he was enormously helpful for me, but I still kept getting the body pain was the part that kept coming back. And he did send me to a chiropractor who did all kinds of work, who did adjust my neck once, and I got tremendous relief, and then it came back and I didn't make the connection. So then a few years later, I decided to come and try it again, and that's when I hooked up with you, and that had been coming ever since. And I live day to day pain-free. I'm back to hiking, I'm back to gardening, I'm back to having a life, and it saved my life. I mean, I didn't have to give up living.
Well, that's what chiropractic is known for, is it may not be the cure-all for everything, but having interference at the base of the skull and the brainstem decreases the body's ability to function right, and regardless of what problem the person has, our job is to fix that so the central nervous system can work better. Now, when you say body pain, where were you hurting? Was it your whole body?
It was
head?
like there's like 16 or 18 trigger points that they used to test, and I had all of them.
Did you have any troubles with sleep or depression or energy levels? Or
I had a lot of. I actually was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, multiple chemical sensitivities, and chronic fatigue syndrome. Sleep was the only thing I actually got decent amounts of, but
which is rare for fibromyalgia.
Yeah, and I passed this depression screening test 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Because when I was in that process of getting the diagnosis, they kept thinking, oh, she's probably just a menopausal woman who's struggling with depression. And they kept giving it to me, and I kept passing it. I kept saying, that's not it. I'm not depressed. And then they finally gave me antidepressants. I said, why am I taking these? They said, oh, because it helps the dopamine in your brain to fight pain. I'm going, no, don't do this.
Because there's so much scientific research on that.
Yeah.
All right.
It's body, like neck and back and shoulders. When anything starts to feel funny, I know I'm out of alignment. And I come in and I get it fixed, and then I'm great after that.
So 10 years later since first correction, when you know that you're out of alignment, what percentage of the symptoms come back compared to before you started care?
Very little. Usually I'll get like my neck will feel funny, or maybe it'll start to travel down to my elbows. I'll get a little bit of pain. And then my brain goes, oops, that's it. You're out of alignment. Go get a treatment. Yeah. And so I cut it off. I mean, I've learned over time to really recognize it. Right. And knock it out early. And that's it. There's nothing else. It's just that I'm probably one of those people that has an alignment issue.
Well, there's a lot of people with alignment issues. Well, Maryanne, thank you for your story.